Hasn't Labor changed its tune on immigration over the weekend? Now, this is in reaction to a new plan put forward by the federal government. Josh Frydenberg, the Treasurer, revealed on Saturday that the government wants to welcome 160,000 new migrants each year. Now, the Treasurer says it will support stronger economic activity and help our COVID recovery. And bear in mind, this is after having our borders shut for almost 2 years and tens of thousands of foreign students, foreign workers, all heading back home. So we could certainly do with a few more skilled workers. But Labor isn't on board. Doesn't that sound strange? The Labor Party is saying no to, well, it's a moderate level of immigration. It's not a high level, it's a moderate level of immigration. Anthony Albanese is refusing to back the plan.
Migration plays an important role in our economy. There's no question about that. I've never questioned the need for migration. Part of making our economy more resilient is skilling up Australians.
Sure.
But we need to get the balance right of providing Australians with opportunities.
Is it just me, or does that sound strange coming from the ALP, and especially a member of the left faction too? I thought they were all about open borders 10 years ago. Come one, come all. Apparently not anymore. But wasn't it Kevin Rudd in 2009 who declared himself a champion of a big Australia? Wasn't that his big thing? And just 2 years ago, he was calling on Australia to double its population.
I actually believe in a big Australia. I make no apology for that.
Rudd said we needed to boost our numbers to 50 million. He said it was the only way to stand up against China. Now, can you imagine 50 million people? That sounds more like Labor. In fact, we know there are scores of Labor MPs who would welcome the dismantling of detention centres, of any kind of approach like Operation Sovereign Borders, and return to open borders. If you make it to Australia, you're in. That's been a fairly obvious and plain Labor Party policy for decades. There is no way in the world Albanese will have caucus support for small migration levels. In fact, just a month ago, Albo's Treasury spokesman, Jim Chalmers, he sounded far more aligned to the former PM than his current leader.
Oh, look, I think now's our big opportunity to think about the best version of our migration program. While the tap's been turned off, we should be spending this time working out what's the optimal number of students, what's the optimal number of skilled migrants, and all the rest of it. But again,
that's more Labor's way. That and a history of making it far easier to gain residency and citizenship and bring on multiculturalism. You've got to watch carefully what the opposition leader is saying at the moment, because his statement on migration levels shows that he's prepared to say and promise just about anything to look more like the Liberal Party than his own. It's this small target strategy designed to close the policy gap between the two major parties and then press home what Albo believes is the government's weakness, the Prime Minister. It's all electioneering, and on immigration, I'm sorry, it's all BS.